Hello and welcome one and all, this is Old School Gamer 1971 here, Millie, Lloyd, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. If you would, please like and comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe, support the channel and help it grow. Today's thoughts is on Outlast. I've been playing this game for around 3 hours and this is what I think. Outlast, developed by Red Barrels, survival horror that came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014. This is all its own thing. By that I mean it's not a remake nor is it based on any other form of media. Outlast is a first person run the hell away cause you have got no weapons game, otherwise known as survival horror. You play as a freelance investigative journalist named Miles Upshaw, who is investigating a remote psychiatric hospital, Mount Massive Asylum, located somewhere deep in the mountains in Lake County, Colorado. DLC for this game comes in the form of you playing as Wayland Park, the man who led poor Miles to the asylum in the main game. Red Barrels Inc. is a Canadian developer. Home base is Montreal, established in 2011. They were founded by ex-Ubisoft Montreal and ex-EA developers. They had worked together previously in 2010. In 2012 they released a trailer that went on to become Outlast. They also developed the DLC and Outlast 2, and whilst the game was criticised by many, I for one jumped out of my skin and enjoyed what I have played. And I would love to say I would welcome a sequel anytime you are ready, Red Barrels. However, last night I went a looking and Outlast 3 is out next year, so happy me. As we open up, our protagonist, Miles Upshaw, is in his car driving to Mount Massive. An anonymous email told tales of inhumane experiments at a remote psychiatric hospital currently owned by the notoriously unethical Murkoff Corporation. Finding no one outside at the security office, you must make your way inside the building. Hint, it involves the scaffold. Once inside, it is all in disarray, ransacked, and everything is just scattered across the floor, including the mutilated corpses of the staff. Once you stumble into a dying officer of Murkoff's private military unit, quite literally I think you put your hand inside of the cavity in his chest. Inmates known as variants have escaped and are now prowling the grounds. They were the ones who wiped out all of Murkoff's employees. The officer warns you of this and tells you to leave. After finding out you cannot leave the way you came, you are forced to push further into the Nightmare Asylum. As you search for the exit, you are ambushed by a hulking variant and you crap yourself quite literally, called Chris Walker, who hurls you through a window and you fall to the lobby floor, knocking you unconscious. Whilst incapacitated, you somehow meet Father Martin Archambault, a self-appointed priest and inmate. No more spoilers. But I can tell you this, that is only the beginning and this is one hell of an intense game. So is this Outlast a terrifying trip into the asylum, or is this Loutcast a moronic meander into the bogs? I was really impressed graphically with this game the first time I saw it up and running on the PlayStation 4. This did come out in the same year as Alien Isolation, and does have quite a bit in common with Alien Isolation. Light and shadow here is used to great effect, and it does look rather good. Also, the camera is used to great effect. The night vision adds to the atmosphere, making for some very creepy moments. The asylum looks damn good. It does look creepy. Because you have to go through the desolation, you wonder what caused that much destruction, and then you see the variants and realise, for once it does look like it could definitely do that amount of damage. So the character models do look damn good. What I do like is how from the inmates to the corpses to the variants and support cast all look fantastic. It has a real quality to them. There is some variety on show here, and considering this is not a AAA, I will say it is impressive graphically across the board for its time. So let's start with the voiceover. This I like. There is enough to move along the story but doesn't become overbearing. They chose some good voice actors that seem interested in the story and don't read it in a monotone type way. This helps draw you into the story and game. Music adds to the mood. This again is not overused, nor is it used to cover up the lack of other sound, but it is the right choice of music. This for me is important, as get this all wrong in any way can pull you right out of the game. No need to worry about this, however, it is all great here. Please note it is impossible to use Spotify, but I don't think you want to anyway. Ambient sound is good here and certainly helps with the atmosphere. It works because the mix is well balanced and sets you on edge. It's good to see sound used in this way. It's a pity that not all games have followed this blueprint, so the sound is great and a big part of the atmosphere. Right off the bat, the lack of weapons really hits you hard. When you're being chased, it gets the blood pumping, but knowing there's nothing to fight back with means it's getting to know your map, having a plan and hoping you are not caught. This game is like Alien Isolation in this way, and both games are damn fine for me. Another thing worthy of mention are the easy to use controls. This is great as it doesn't overcomplicate things, and as such you will soon be zipping around the map. I would say that in this department it has Alien Isolation beat. One thing to be mindful of is your surroundings. Knowing your ideals is the difference between survival and the game over screen. I like to check out the area as much as possible, because once you're being chased, it seems like every second counts. This is a great game to play, and considering its age, it's highly playable. For once, every damn enemy feels a threat. They do look and act threatening. The variants look massive. It took me back to the first time I saw the Tyrant in Resident Evil. The design of the enemies really fits in with the rest of the game, and would say it's what sets itself apart from other games in the genre. The sound and graphics really set the mood. The shadows and lighting are used to great effect, and when you're being chased it gets the blood pumping. I believe that Outlast and Alien Isolation set a very high bar, and I still think that they are two of the most atmospheric games on the PlayStation 4. The lack of weapons does wonders for the game's atmosphere. This always puts survival into survival horror, no matter how many times you play it. It was something that I never expected to work, and would like to congratulate Red Barrels for making this one hell of a survival horror game. And can you please bloody hurry up with a sequel? I know it's only 2020, but Q1 please. One of the best things I can say about this game was one night I was playing this and Sister Pen came in as I was being chased. After getting myself enough room, I hid in a locker. After about 2 minutes, Penny whispers to me, "Do you think it's gone?" "I will go out in a second," I replied. "Wait a second, he might still be there." After another minute, "Penny, why are we whispering? They cannot hear us." That is how the game gets you, when backseat gamers feel the atmosphere. Between this and Alien Isolation, it's shown what was about to hit the PlayStation 4. There has been a slew of survival horror games that increased even more once we got PlayStation VR, which is my suggestion for the third main entry: make a VR game. You know that it makes sense. I was happy to return to the game and feel that it is an underrated classic. So Outlast, a terrifying trip into the asylum, it most definitely is. PS, they did release a triple pack with the DLC and it was well worth it. If you are hearing this, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the support. Give it a thumbs up and comment if you enjoyed the video. Please share as it helps the channel grow and improve. Enjoy your day one and all. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.